Real quick, guys, before the video does start, just want you, I'm going to show you guys a little clip of me doing something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to fly a plane. And the reason I'm showing you that is because I'm only able to do what I do now because I started my trucking journey. I started my dispatching company, and I've grown that company to what it is, which is now a compliance company, and I've really gone hard with it. But I took that initial risk, which is what this video is about. I'm gonna show you a quick clip of me flying this plane, me taking it off. Well, not me taking it off. I'm not the one doing the takeoff, but when we do get in the air, I do end up flying it. Just want to show you guys for motivational purposes only. Trust me, dispatching and getting into this trucking industry can change your life. Trust me when it comes to that. I've wanted to do this, wanted to be in a plane in the cockpit for almost all my life, and I was only able to do that because of this, because of trucking, because of dispatching, and because of compliance. So take that as motivation, and hope you guys enjoy the video after. Thank you. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to another video. The Trucker's Accountant here. This video is going to be a little bit different than the normal videos that I do. Normally, I'm giving you guys a uh, knowledge-based video where we talk about either compliance or dispatching, or mostly compliance, actually. This video, I want to talk to you guys. It's going to be a quick video. This video is for the dispatchers or the people who are aspiring to become dispatchers. You're not a dispatcher yet. You're looking to become one, or you're interested and you're kind of second guessing yourself. So I want to start off by saying this. I was a dispatcher. I began my company as a dispatching company. Started it while in college, and I began dispatching loads out of my college. I would walk out of my college classroom and book the loads, and I would even do this while working at a gym. Right? I needed to be known that yes, it's hard starting a dispatching company, but it's not impossible. I grew that dispatching company to about 7 trucks, and then I went from dispatching and transitioned to more of a compliance based role, using that and my accounting degree, I'm a full fledged accountant. I'm able to better help these carriers, but that's besides the point, right? I just wanted to let you guys know. Right now, I'm doing compliance. Grew my dispatching company, moved. Now I have a pretty successful compliance company. What I want this video to be about, I want to teach, to tell you guys that although starting off may be scary, it's not impossible and it can be done. I had a really good a member of my Facebook group hit me up, and he was saying that he's being told not to start it. It makes no sense, uh, and that happened with me. When I first started my company, I had a really good friend of mine tell me, why would a carrier choose me to dispatch for him when I have zero experience? Why would he pick my company when he's been in the industry for maybe 25 years and he knows the industry like the back of his hand? Why would he pick me? And he had a valid point. Obviously, I was fresh, I was green. All the experience I had was I was watching YouTube videos, and I had paid for a course. But I did not let that discourage me. I did not let it discourage me. After he told me that, it made me dig down even deeper, and it made me make those cold calls. It made me look for that first carrier with a different type of drive, a different type of hunger. The way I attacked it was I tried to simplify it as much as possible. If you think about it, in order to start your dispatching company, there aren't that many things you have to do. You know, it's not like being a broker where you have to get that bond. You don't have to do any of that. You need to, this is the way I saw it. Learn your information, right? Get that information down. Learn what a dispatcher is. If you got to pay for a course, pay for a course. But I have a free guide on YouTube. So if you want to learn, watch that. After that, you need to get the paperwork, right? You need to become an official company. Get that LLC filed. My next recommendation after that, which people seem to skip, is mentorship. You need to find yourself a mentor, someone you can ask questions when stuff goes south, because stuff will go south. I found myself a really good mentor. I was with him for 2 to 3 years. He helped me out tremendously. I probably wouldn't have continued being a dispatcher for so long without him. And I would definitely have not made the transition from dispatching to compliance without his help. So definitely find yourself that mentor. After that is when you buckle down and make the cold calls and advertise yourself, okay? You need to get yourself out there because right now you're nobody. At this stage in your company's career, you're nobody. Your company has no history, no recommendations, no referrals. You got nobody. So make the cold calls, get into the Facebook groups, advertise in the Facebook groups, answer questions in the Facebook group, and get your name out there. Since beginning my dispatching company, I've gotten to know people in the industry from all over. I've got connects out of Arkansas, Kansas, Florida, um, where else? Las Vegas, Canada. I've dispatched freight into Canada. Okay, my company's international. We've dispatched freight coming from Canada and going into Canada. And because I've done such good business with everybody, no one has any negative thing to say about me. Maybe a broker every now and then. Like I hung up on a broker, but no carrier, no broker that I've worked with consistently. Nobody has any negative thing to say about me. You can go to There are people, brokers who you can go to and you can mention my name and they will tell you, oh, Michael's done really good work with us back when he was dispatching. There are carriers who you can go to now and say, oh, Michael knows his compliance. He keeps us compliant. We don't have to do anything. He takes care of us. They will tell you this. I'll put some reviews or I some reviews on the screen. I'll put a couple just for you guys to see. But you need to get into these groups. You need to show that you know what you're doing. And not only that, but the main reason for you to get into these groups is because everyone in the industry is in these Facebook groups. So there's no reason for you not to. That's basically free networking, free advertising. You get in these groups. You come into my Facebook group. I own one of the biggest compliance groups on Facebook for trucking. Come into the group. We're growing at a pretty steady rate. I'm moderators in some of these big groups, 40,000 members, 50,000 members. I'm a mod in these groups. You're going to see my face show up plenty of times once you join these groups. Don't be afraid to join, ask questions, answer questions, get your face out there because you are at the beginning, your face is your company. You are your company. You've got no other employees. So you got to be the social media expert. You've got to be the actual doer, the actual owner op. You got to do all this stuff yourself. What I compared it to starting out first was the gym, right? Especially the cold calls. I when I first started out, I was just getting big. I was just working out. I'm not that big right now, but I was pretty big. I was just working out, and I was going to the gym 3 days a week, but I was doing it consistently, and over months, I began to see the difference. And that's when I figured out the key. The key isn't you don't got to be the best salesman. You don't got to do this. You don't got to do that. The key is consistency, especially at the beginning, cold calling. Right? You need to consistently pick up that phone day after day and make those cold calls. My target number was 100 calls, not 100 pickups, not 100 yeses. No, you can't control who says yes, who says no. At least not at the start. This is that'd be going into more sales strategies, which we'll talk about also. But you can't control at the very beginning because you're not knowledgeable in that. Who says yes, who says no, and who picks up, who doesn't pick up. You have no control over that. What you do have control over, though, is how many calls you decide to make. So the person who's making 100 is always going to surpass the person making 50. Person making 1,000 is always going to surpass the person making 100. But that person making 1,000 is going to burn out a lot faster than that person making 100. That person making 1,000 might one week make 1,000. Next week he won't make 1,000 calls, right? Like if he makes 1,000 one day, he's probably not going to make it for another 2 days unless he's really consistent, really disciplined. But for the average person, that's just not sustainable. What I like to say is 100 calls a day. You call, pick that number. You should already know where to get your cold call list from. If you don't, then this video is not for you. Watch that guide and you'll find that list and keep doing some research and you'll learn. But if you call from that list, give it 5 rings. If they don't pick up, on to the next one. 100 of those. Out of that 100, 50 probably won't pick up. 30 will probably pick up and say, no, they don't need your assistance. You're going to have 20 actual, maybe 20, even 20 stretching it, 20 decent conversations. And out of that 20, you're probably going to close maybe 1 or 2, maybe 1 or 2. You close maybe 1 or 2. But at the beginning, although it'd be ideal if you can close a semi truck on that first day, you probably won't. Which is why I said that consistency. When I was going to the gym, I was going consistently, and that's the only time I realized the actual gains in the gym. Same thing with cold calling. If you do 100 cold calls a day, 700 cold calls a week, that's 2,800 cold, what is that? No, I lied. 2,800 cold calls a month. 2,800 cold calls a month. Out of those 28, if you continuously do it, 2,800, you're going to close 1. You're going to, whether it's you getting lucky or after 1,000 calls, you're going to be good at it. But everything, it just takes consistency. That's one thing. It's going to be hard at the start because you don't have carriers, you're new, but you need to be consistent. No way around that. You need to be consistent. All right. So to that mentee, that group member who reached out to me saying he didn't know whether he should start or not, is it worth it? It's worth it as long as you're willing to put in the effort. If you put in the effort, you're going to reap the benefits and the rewards. But if you go in and after that first couple 100 calls, you decide, nah, this isn't for me, and you throw the towel, you just wasted your entire, that $200 that you put into your LLC. You wasted your time, and which is more valuable than the money itself. And at the end of the day, you just quit. When I first started, there were 2 outcomes after I had already locked in my first carrier. Just to tell you about the actual how it went, I was cold calling for about 2 to 3 weeks, aiming for that 100 cold calls a day. Got that first carrier, and now I'm dispatching him. That friend who told me why would they pick me to dispatch, why would they allow me to dispatch, and that I would fail, I ended up showing him what I made that first month just dispatching for that one carrier. It was about $1,000. It wasn't nothing crazy. It was almost $1,000. But I had already recouped my initial investment and made a couple hundred on top of that. So I had shut him up at that point. Proved them wrong. Proved myself right. You're not trying to prove these. You definitely try to prove them wrong. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Prove these guys wrong that doubt you, but also prove yourself right. That you knew what you were talking about and that you got it in you to be a winner. But after I had already gotten the carrier, I had concluded that it was only going to be 2 options. I was either A, gonna crash and burn my entire company. My LLC only had like $100 into it, so they'd sue the LLC and I'd lose nothing. So I was either gonna crash that company, maybe book a load and book it incorrectly, and now his company is getting sued, and he in turn decides to sue my company, which is highly unlikely. But what I'm saying is I was either gonna fail tremendously or I was gonna succeed. Right? I was gonna win, book the load correctly, he pays me, we keep going, we keep working, we build relationships, or I was gonna fail in such an extravagant manner Like, think of a train going off track and just crashing into a building. I was gonna fail that extravagantly, like that crazy, or I was gonna succeed. There was no in between. I was not gonna throw in the towel. I was not gonna quit. That wasn't an option. I heard already gotten the carrier, so it's either success or complete ridiculous amount of fate. Like I'm getting sued or something like that. Like, he's coming after my company. And even if he did, what was I gonna lose? I had like $100 into the company. The LLC gives you limited liability, so you were protected. He couldn't come after my personal assets. So that's how I saw it first starting out. I'm either gonna succeed or I'm gonna fail in a ridiculous manner, and it would have been a good story to tell. And that's how I would want every new dispatcher looking to become every dispatcher looking to start off. I'd want them to think of it like that. All right, because it adds a little bit of fun to it, and it takes away the stress. Now, main thing is, yes, you're gonna have people doubting you when you first start. It's a given. All right, no one doubts and no one criticizes people doing worse than them, right? Nobody. That kid who doubted me, who was saying all this stuff about me, he was mad because he never started his company, right? And I didn't stop being his friend. I was his friend for much longer, and even then, he started a couple companies and he never stuck with any. So he was coming at me for starting my company, and that company has my company, Highly Productive Logistics LLC, has gone on to make me 20. I think this year we're grossing $40,000, $50,000. So I've made a good bag off my company, and he started plenty of ventures and hasn't stick to any. So he was just putting on his own insecurities on me, and it obviously didn't work out because we got to the bag. We're making money. I've got people know me in trucking now. Like, my name means something in trucking. You go to a broker, certain brokers, you mention my name, oh, I know he's solid. You go to carriers, you mention Highly Productive Logistics LLC, oh, that company takes care of us. We have no need to worry about compliance. They passed the audit for us and gave us a perfect score. You go to certain companies, you mention Audit Shield, which is our system, our audit guarantee system, where we're guaranteeing you a pass on a new entrant audit. People will tell you how how uh, how great the service is. Only good stuff. And I'm actually about to put a couple reviews and stuff up on the screen just so you can see it. So you know I'm not BSing you guys. I've got mentees out here who are making money. All my mentees make money. That's my model. All my mentees, all the people who want to learn under me how to dispatch, which the mentorship is the most important part in my opinion, they're all making money. And this guy is starting his own company and all that. He started companies and he hasn't stuck to any. He hasn't made a profit from any. You're always gonna get people are always gonna talk and talk smack to you. People who are lower than you are always gonna talk smack to you. No one above you is gonna talk smack to you. You come to me and you tell me you're I'm not saying I'm above you or below you, but you come to like someone like me, you come to me, you tell me you want to start a dispatching company. I'm gonna tell you what to do. I'm gonna motivate you to do it. Like this video, I'm gonna text the guy who messaged me after. This video's for you, man. Get to it, bro. There's no reason for you not to. It's gonna be a grind. I won't lie. You got to get to it. It's gonna suck at the start. And if you want, we will mentor you. You can. So the way my mentorship works a little bit, just so I'm telling you, is that each month we have a new class of mentees. I only take 4 mentees, only 4, because 4 is the number where I feel like I can speak to each mentee individually and give them the best access and best tips for success. I can see their operation and help them see where they're lacking. Now, if you choose to, the way it works is you come in for that month and we give you the practical stuff, not the BS stuff you find on YouTube or you pay in courses, none of that stuff. I only mentor people who know dispatching. So I'm assuming you already had your course, you already know your stuff. And if you don't, take a look at my YouTube channel, you'll learn the basics. But we mentor you and we give you the practical tips, we give you the calculators, everything you need to actually make the money. As long as you're putting in the effort, making the cold calls, You're going to get that carrier eventually, and we're with you until you book that second load. If you book one load, it might be luck. So we're not just going to leave you then. We're going to be with you till you book that second load. And once you book that second load, now you know what to do. It's rinse and repeat. That's if you're looking for mentorship. All my mentees do make money. I just had a girl who she was paying for courses. She had been trying to learn for months, saw my video, became a mentee. She booked her first load last week. All my mentees make money. This isn't me trying to sell you my mentorship. This video is to tell you and tell every aspiring dispatcher, every person looking to become a trucking entrepreneur, get into the industry, whether you want to get into dispatcher, compliance, a CTPA, factoring company, you want to start a freaking trucking car wash, whatever you want to do, this is a huge industry, and I highly recommend you come into it with that hustle, that grind mentality, and just execute. Remember, consistency beats anything else. And my promise to you guys, to my viewers, and to members of my community is that you're going to witness the power of consistency. That's what I'm going to promise you guys. When I was going to the gym, I went Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I saw the progress. What I'm going to do now with this YouTube channel is I'm going to upload Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Consistent. They're not all going to be great guides and videos. Some of them might just be videos like this, right, where I'm real and I'm just talking to you, the viewer. Some are going to be guides, some are going to be how-tos, some are going to be news updates and trucking. But this channel is going to be the channel for trucking entrepreneurs. Whether you want to get into factoring, whether you want to start a compliance company, this is going to be the channel for people that want to make money in trucking, where they come and they just learn. Okay, that's my promise to you guys. You're going to witness the power of consistency with this channel. That's my promise. Now, with all that said, anyone looking to get into trucking as a dispatcher, especially as a dispatcher, make that jump. Take that leap. Okay? Take that leap. Who cares what they say? You're going to have those doubters. Do it anyways. And just be consistent with it, and you'll be surprised. You'll be astonished at the results. Okay? Just take the leap. That's all I can say, bro. Do it. Execute. Go for it. And if anyone has any questions, if you're interested in becoming a mentee, join my Facebook group. It's regarding trucking compliance, but we also talk about dispatching and all that. Join the group, and I'll help you out, and you can become a mentee. Any owner operators or any carriers interested in the Audit Shield System, we completely set up your compliance foundation within your company. We guarantee you will pass on that new entrant audit. We teach a member of your company how to upkeep everything that we've implemented. We also give you access to our portal, and we're on call for a month after we've finished teaching your member of your company, in case anything goes wrong with the system and in case you have any questions. Tremendous value. We've only won in the audits. Audit Shield System has been tested 6 or 7 audits, I believe, and it has not failed 100% success rate. 6 audits, 2 investigations, no failures. So if you're a carrier going through an audit or an investigation, feel free to shoot me a message. We're very well versed in this field. We've gone through it. We've passed, haven't failed, so we can help you. And any mentees who have paid for courses and are looking to become dispatchers. You've already learned dispatching. You're looking to become a dispatcher and make money, because you're not a dispatcher until you make the money. Feel free to join the Facebook group, and any viewers at all, just feel free to join the Facebook group and get that free valuable information. I go live every Monday. Hope this video helped you guys out. Hope it helped you decide to take that step, make that jump, and become a dispatcher, or become a factoring company, or become a compliance expert, and just quit that 9 to 5, or do it while you're in college like I did, and get to that money, because there's a lot of money in this industry. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you guys have a great week.